All right, here we go. Hey, good morning. Just about 7, and today is a bright and sunny day. As you see, if you're on our live stream, you can. I am glowing because of the sun being so bright.
What's going to be fantastic is we're going to get sunburn on one side of our bodies.
Yep.
And the other side's going to be pale white.
I've got some sunscreen if we want to. Spritz half of our face.
It's not
going to do that.
Hurt.
But welcome to the folks that are on our live stream. Thank you so much for being here. But it is going to be a nice sunny day, high 78. Clear skies tonight, low down to 58, and a lot of things to get to. We'll have special guests all throughout the morning. Rob Cleveland from Cornerstone Alliance will join us around 7:10ish.
Yeah. So Rob, if you're listening, you have 10 minutes to get here.
Yeah, I'll give him a little extra time. Always learning with Barry and Risa, going to give us a little bit of extra time. So I would say if you're not here by 7:12, then we got a problem. But a lot of things to get to here this morning. Let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage.
All right. Hello, everybody on our live stream.
Hey.
Good morning, Diane.
Hey, Diane.
Ken, watch the screen. I'm going to make a quick adjustment of the camera here.
Oh, okay. I can't see the screen from here.
Can you see the screen?
No. Maybe I'll pull it up on here. Let's see. Oh. All right. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Yep. I think that's going to be perfect. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's great. That's perfect.
All right. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, folks, it's so bright that we can I'm wearing my volunteer gear, which is a gray pullover, and it looks like I'm glowing because of the brightness.
Let me look.
No, it
does.
It's not too bad.
It's
not too bad, but it is a nice.
Oh, it looks very nice. Looks very nice. And for those of you who are our true and faithful, thank you for joining us today. For those who are new to the live stream, thank you for joining us as well. We will be giving. Oh, look at that blue heron. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, the blue heron.
It's a blue heron, right? I don't think it was a crow.
Pull out your bird book.
I don't have my glasses on, but anyway, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to the Champions Club Suite later this morning. It'll happen sometime in this hour. And basically, we're going to pose a question, and the first person to respond on our live stream comment thing with the right answer will
are we doing are we doing first person, or are we doing,
you want to do like number 10 or something?
Let's do I don't want to just because here's the thing.
All right.
The internet is a quick and tricky thing where you can find the answer pretty quick. So
okay. So maybe we get a bunch of answers and then we'll
pick it random.
We'll pick it random from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that works for me.
We agree?
We agree.
Okay, good.
We agree. Good. Just don't leave your key in the golf cart anymore.
So them's the rules, folks. So it's the question, the answer, random person will be chosen. And also to preface it with, don't comment with the answer if you are busy today, because the prize is something that has to be used today.
Oh, yeah, today only.
Today only. It is not sometime this weekend. It is a today only deal, so you've got to have today open.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I think
that's a good reminder.
I think that's the only rules that I can think of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So anyways, how's everybody doing this morning?
Let's see. So random news items. You saw that they found
bird flu in cows.
They found cow transmitted bird flu in a human, and this is the second one in the United States and the first one in Michigan.
Oh,
so this person was in Michigan. We don't know the name. We don't know where, because the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services won't say. But they do say that this person had regular contact with infected livestock.
Okay.
At a dairy operation, and they only had mild symptoms, and they're fully recovered now. So that's great news.
Yeah.
Other positive news of this is that the symptoms first showed up as conjunctivitis or pink eye. And they tested that, and that was positive for the avian flu. Then they also tested the nasal passages, and that was negative. And they say that's a positive outcome because then it's not as transmissible as a respiratory disease. So that's good information. Hey, Dan Velez, How are you doing? Good to see you. That's Dan,
Yeah.
one of my former
Dan-
colleagues
Dan
at
the man.
Whirlpool Corporation. So
Yeah, he's great. And he's actually the one. And as you come here to where we're at, the community showcase tent, thank you for always blocking the sun for
Yeah,
me.
you're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
I'm trying to move around.
It's an extra gig for you, but I appreciate it. I'll give you
My sons will love this because they'll say, Dad, you do have a big head. Look at that. You're using it as a shade.
It's big enough. But when you come here, there is a lot of activation inside the
You love
the
that
tent,
word.
which Discover Southwest Michigan will be on a TV that is right above us, which that's a pretty cool thing. And there's a lot of fun and fabulous prizes with that. But then there's another TV behind us that will have a video that features a lot of people in the community.
Should
doing
we say
a bunch of
celebrities?
stuff. I
in
would
the community?
say,
Like people to know the top 100 people of Southwest Michigan?
you could say that. I would say the movers and shakers of the community. I think that's a good description as well. I wouldn't say elite, because if I'm in that class, then I wouldn't say elite.
And you are.
But I'm in the video.
Yes, you're on the video.
Because we did a video. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember how many months ago it was. It was still chilly out. It was. I think it was February, maybe early March.
Okay.
We did a video. I did a very short little bit of it, but the fully produced video that Dan and his team and all that put together, featuring a lot of stuff that's going on in the community, that will be on display on loop, I believe, on that TV over there. And then I'm sure there will be some golf coverage as well.
Have you seen the final product?
No.
Oh,
I never saw a preview of it. I think I saw a couple still shots of things from Dan when he was like, yeah, I think this is what the shot kind of looks like. This is where we're at. But beyond that, I haven't seen anything.
yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if I looked good or if I did a good job.
What if you ended up on the cutting room floor?
No, they said, Brandon told me, he said the video exists. It is there, because they were like, yeah, it's for this video. You're going to do this thing.
We'll roll the tape.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to checking out the final product, and I need it because I want to put it on my reel.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely.
Because I had to improv that thing. They were just like, just talk about the community. It's like, how much time we got? I could talk for days.
Rob Cleveland from Cornerstone has arrived. He arrived in his golf cart. He's got his golf swag on. So we'll be talking to him about the economic impact of events like this one and others.
Yeah, and I know he has volunteered. I don't know if he's volunteering this championship, but he has volunteered in the past as I'm not sure exactly what his jobs were, but they were pretty important. Yeah, we'll ask him about that stuff too. But good morning to Dwayne. Good morning.
Hey, Dwayne.
Teresa, you got physical therapy today. Well, have fun with that.
Hope it feels better.
Teresa saying good morning to Dwayne and good morning to Diane. Physical therapy is fun.
Is it?
No. Anytime you have to have physical therapy, obviously it's because of an injury of some kind, and they work you, man.
Yeah.
They work you. Good morning, Carla. Yeah, I remember I had a shoulder injury, a bad shoulder injury when I was younger, and the only thing they had me do were two things. They had me ride a hand bicycle, whatever that's called.
Okay.
I had to do that thing with resistance for like half an hour.
Okay.
My arms burning, and then they did the little like shock treatment thing, where they put
the cattle
these
prod?
they put these little things, contact things on you, and then it like flexes your muscle.
Oh, like a contraction technique.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was weird,
but it worked, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have some lingering effects of it. It was many years ago, but yeah, I'd say it worked.
Good. Let's see. Speaking of medical devices, marijuana is now surpassing booze as far as daily consumption.
Really?
Have you seen this? It's a new study. For the first time, the number of Americans who use marijuana just about every day has surpassed the number who drink that often, who report drinking that often, I should say. A shift some 40 years in the making as recreational marijuana becomes more mainstream and legal in nearly half of the United States, including Michigan.
The question is that good? that's happening.
Great question.
Obviously, we can't
defer.
make that decision. I mean, could have our own personal opinions, but I mean, I'd have to see some medical studies and see
let's look at
how
the data.
that's working. Yeah.
And it probably depends on how you consume it as well, because if you're smoking it, that's probably different than the edibles.
I can smell it in my town.
Yeah,
my neighbors all the time.
Oh boy.
That's all right though. It's legal.
Yeah.
The funniest thing to me is with marijuana is that how people think of it as still an illegal thing.
Oh.
So they, even when they show up to a provisioning center and they're going and purchasing the product, they're always like wearing a hood or hiding themselves. Like, what's the problem here? It's legal, man.
It was cold that day.
Yeah. No one cares anymore. Yeah, and it's like it's not like back in the day. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
To see it surpass at that point, because I mean, still not available and legal across the nation. So to see that.
Yeah, this research was based on data from the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, and it was published yesterday in the journal Addiction. And the other thing that, most people, when they go to their doctor, they typically lie to their doctor about how much alcohol they're using.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if some of that same result happened in this survey. So alcohol drinks per day or drinking daily or whatever, not reported as much as people who are smoking marijuana. They're like, oh, no problem there.
Well, and maybe they need to change the little quick survey that you do, because one of those is, do you drink alcohol? How much on there? Do you smoke? How much do you smoke?
Sure.
And then should there be a subcategory of the smoking that says something like, do you smoke cigarettes or marijuana? And then, or is there an edible? There's a lot of questions.
What time do we want to get Rob over here?
My way of consumption, for those one exclusive content, is the edible version.
Okay.
The edible. It's because a lot of times they're like gummy bears, and you know how I love candy. So any chance I could have that, I'm good.
Exclusive content right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
All right. Diane says, I love those electrodes. Had those on her back.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they're weird, though.
The electrodes?
Yeah.
With the zap?
Because it hurts. It's like what it does is, because, of course, you have either bone or muscle issue when you're going to physical therapy. You're rehabbing all of that area. But the flexing of the muscle that's been, stretched and tensed up from the injury, it's like, ow, 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 ow. And then 20 minutes later, you're like, oh, that actually feels good now. Look at that. We could grab Rob now.
Do we need Rob to come on over?
We've got about 3 minutes. All right.
Hello, boys.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you, too. Good.
This guy ever anymore.
How you doing?
Please,
I
have a
almost had them
seat.
convinced. They're like, you guys have met Rob before? I was like, I never have. Not sure we've ever met.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
Awesome.
Okay. We'll nail it.
I think
You ever
we'll
been
be
on the
all
radio
right.
before?
I think we'll be all right. We've had a few conversations with this guy.
off now because I'm not
Are we
not
still
as good.
Are we still on the live stream?
We are on our
Okay,
live
so
stream.
we're on our video live stream right now. So these microphones are live. We
Okay.
always warn our guests,
Okay.
just in case.
Don't say anything that you don't want to hear later.
Don't say any 4-letter words like golf.
You could say golf.
Golf.
You could say. You getting out there? Have you been out there recently?
I have, yeah.
Were you in the pro-am?
I was not in the pro-am.
Okay.
We did a corporate cup, for the sweet holders.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And I stacked our team, so we won.
Nice.
Did you
It's always
really?
Fun, yeah.
Who'd you have on your team?
So Brian Vonderpowski. Brian works at Eagle Technologies, and he's the treasurer of the Cornerstone Board. Sean Winters. Sean is the CEO of Chia Bashik, the tribe's investment arm, and John Janik. So
Okay. Smart to have somebody named Winners on your team.
that's exactly right. They're both scratch golfers. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was awesome.
That's great.
Been out. Yeah. It's good
Well,
to see you guys.
It's good to see
Who
you.
am I following, or what do you want to hear?
Let's see. We had Chris Cavelli earlier. Then we had Anthony Pastrick, KitchenAid Senior Brand Manager. So
Okay.
you're here to talk about economy.
Okay.
And whatever else you want to talk
All
about.
right.
We talk about golf. What's your handicap?
High 15 probably.
His handicap is so handicapped he has to have a sign in the golf cart
Yeah.
that says
Yeah.
handicapped, and he just stays in
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's
All
bad.
That's mine. Mine's just leave the clubs in the
But
car.
I'm smart enough to be with winning golfers and
It's the way
tag
to go.
along, right?
That's the way to go.
So KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. I mean, this is something that Cornerstone's been involved with since day one.
Yeah.
How's it been?
It's been fantastic. It's been, we've utilized it to bring more eyes to the community. And I think what's been most important is from day one, Whirlpool and KitchenAid have told us to leverage this in the way that we want to leverage it. So it's been helpful.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Oh, we're on now.
Stand by.
We're on both the live stream
Gotcha.
and we'll be on radio in a moment.
Okay.
So much stuff going on, Rob. So much
Is that
stuff.
Ken for the radio?
The answer for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all again for joining us. We really appreciate it. And Eric, I'm going to talk to you. Stop touching the buttons.
That's the slider. I can touch the sliders.
Oh, yeah.
You told me I could do that.
You're like my kids.
You guys are talking secrets over there. All right.
And at the lakeshore, we're
All right, stand by, everybody. We're going to talk more with Rob in just a second. Oh, you guys were figuring out what you're going to talk about.
Yes, we
gonna
were.
talk
We
about.
were
Okay.
figuring out.
We're getting
Okay,
organized.
I got you.
sunny, high temperatures around 78. There's a chance of a few storms by Friday evening. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Yes, it is. Good morning. We are here at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. Excited to be here. This is day 3 for us
For our broadcast.
and day 1 for the championship. So that will be teeing off here.
In 1 minute.
Really?
Yes. That's when they tee off in 1 minute. The 156 golfers, the first of them start in 7:15.
That's awesome. And we'll probably see them coming through in just a little bit because
Yeah.
there's groups that are starting on the 10th hole. So they'll be passing us in probably the next half hour.
Is
or
it
so.
proper for us to yell at them, hey, and just wave? Is that okay?
Nope.
That's not golf etiquette?
Definitely not. Definitely not golf etiquette.
Only when they're in their backswing or something like that. No. Okay.
But we've, as we said, have had special guests that have been joining us throughout the week to
Yes.
talk about a myriad of different things that are going on here in the community. Do you like that? The word myriad?
Yeah.
Myriad.
Thank you.
It's a big word
it's a
for this
Scrabble
early in the
word.
morning.
Big words, man. That's I just had to sneak that one in there.
That's good.
But we have a special guest here, Rob Cleveland.
Yeah, we have Rob Cleveland from Cornerstone Alliance. They've been involved with the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship since day 1. Rob, welcome.
Yeah, great to see you guys. Always good to see your smiling faces, and it's awesome to be out here. It's beautiful, not a cloud in the sky. What I think we're gonna have a great 4 days.
How did you order this up?
Hey, it's all part of it's what we tell when we're in Atlanta or Dallas or Germany. We tell companies all the time it's sunny and 72 every day in Southwest Michigan. So
That's a good one.
it's perfect.
That is a good one.
We'll ask you about kind of Cornerstone's involvement since day 1, but explain to us Cornerstone Alliance's role here during the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship.
Yeah, it's a great question. So thank you for having me on, and we're just grateful for KitchenAid and Whirlpool to continue to have this event. We're excited we're having it again this year, and I think that the message I always try to convey to people is from day 1, KitchenAid and Whirlpool told us to leverage the tournament in the way that we best could. And I think that's the message they've given to everybody. Hey, we're going to bring this event, and it's up to you guys to utilize it in a way that you can. So we have used it to bring more eyes on the community. And so we have, in the past, we've brought site consultants and real estate executives from Dallas and Atlanta and Indianapolis and Chicago and all these other places around the country. And these site consultants and real estate brokers are making decisions for companies on where to locate. So we've been able to do that. We have a couple of site consultants in town today. In the past, the other thing that we've always really done is utilize the golf tournament to leverage our other assets in the community. So not everybody likes golf. I tend to only hang out with people that do like golf, but there are people out there, I guess, that don't like golf. But so to that point, we've been able to bring site consultants to say, hey, we've got this event going on, but we're also going to take you on a tour of the Cook nuclear plant. We're going to take you to a place like JR Automation and Eagle Technologies. And so if you don't like golf, these real estate executives get to see a nuclear plant, and that's the thing they have. That's a very rare thing to do. Yeah. So we've utilized the tournament to bring in consultants and show other parts of the community.
Yeah, because like it or not, you can't play golf 24/7.
No.
We'd like to,
but
yeah,
we can't.
Sure. We can't. So you do have to do something for a living, and part of Southwest Michigan's allure is all that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to showcase the many assets we have here in the community, and again, as you mentioned, if you don't play golf, there's still plenty of other great things to do, and we've been able to show the sites, the other businesses we have, the ability to attract new people, obviously, to the community as well. So this brings eyes on our community in a way that very few communities have the ability to put on an event like this and showcase.
Yeah, that's a big, long lasting economic impact.
Yeah, and of course the being able to showcase all that too on a national stage, on television too, to showcase Southwest Michigan and the beauty with being able to live, work, stay, and play here is a pretty awesome thing as well. So even if you don't have site selectors and those people coming in now, you can say, well, you'll be able to see a lot of that coverage when you're watching that golf of all the cool stuff that's going on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think we can sometimes maybe take for granted just the impact it has when you think about how few communities put on a World Series, put on a golf tournament like this, the Steelhead, the triathlons, like all these things are niche, but they attract people who wouldn't normally come and look at the community. So that's what it's been. The tournament for us, from our standpoint, has been really good and just allowing us to better compete. And it's important to remember, every community is competing on a global scale. Sure. We are competing for companies, we're competing for people, we're competing for tourists. Like, we are in an ongoing competition, and you can be passive in that and just let it happen, or you can be aggressive. And we've chosen, whether it's with the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship or the ongoing marketing efforts we're doing, we're being aggressive and trying to get more people to view the community, because ultimately then that means more people are going to come. So it's an awesome experience for our community and for us to show business leaders around the world that we have the ability to deliver on a world-class event.
And it's not even just this weekend's event and the past years that we've been able to have it. It's the fact that Harbor Shores Golf Course exists, having that economic impact and being on the world stage too, being one of the top public golf courses. But I guess in retrospect, look back a little bit of even having this golf course in the spot that it is, and you look at what was here prior, how much of an impact of having this as opposed to what it was before in the community. What's it like?
Yeah. So listen, you're exactly right. And that's often what I tell people when they talk about the economic impact of this event. You always like to run to the Moody article posts because I love seeing the comments when they talk about the mall or certain topics, right?
Sure.
And this is another one, the naysayers will say, well, it's 4 days every 2 years. Right. Well, listen, there are people from around the world that come to this community to play the Jack Nicklaus course. There are golfers who want to play every Jack Nicklaus course. So to your point, there's an economic impact past these 4 days. The fact that we have a Jack Nicklaus golf course brings people and will continue to bring people, which again is more of a lasting impact than just a tournament or just 4 days. It is it's a legacy piece that for a century will bring people to this community who otherwise would not have come. And so I think that's the long-term big picture impact.
Yeah. And we're talking with Rob Cleveland. He's the head of Cornerstone Alliance. Thank you for joining us this morning. A lot of people will also say, and this KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, this is the last one that KitchenAid will sponsor, and the last one that'll be here in Benton Harbor at Harbor Shores. And so having that stage for so many years has been a gift, and it's been wonderful, and it's been great. What's next? Cornerstone must be thinking about that.
Yeah. So you're exactly right. We're disappointed it's leaving. We understand why.
For sure.
But there'll be something else.
Absolutely.
There will be other things, and we're excited to be a part of those discussions. And we're working now on a number of agenda items that include industrial site development. We're working on some more, I'm going to say, community development, physical development pieces. There's been a lot of activity in Benton Harbor. I think there's an opportunity to do some more things in St. Joseph Township. There's a lot of discussion about the former Berrien Hills Country Club site in St. Joe Township. They're a willing partner. They've been great partners in the past. We're working on a project right now with Lincoln Township, Waterville. So there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of opportunity for us locally and statewide to get better, provide better sites, better opportunities, more ways to bring new companies. So there's a lot going on, and we'll be there to partner with the community or Whirlpool or KitchenAid or any of those groups on how to bring more eyes to the community.
And part of the translation here is there's a lot going on means you're in discussions, but you can't tell us exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Tell you, but I'd have to kill you. Is that it's not quite that serious.
One of the things that we're really excited about is the possibility of data centers, and we know you've been working a lot on trying to get the state legislature to make some better tax treatment for companies that want to invest millions, if not billions, over time. In places like Southwest Michigan for small footprint, high value type of locations. So look forward to more of that. Anything you can announce there?
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll start taking you on our sales calls because you've got it down.
He loves the data.
But listen, I'll try to be quick on this, but we are working on trying to improve the legislation in Michigan to attract data centers, and nobody's been better at that right now than Joey Andrews, our state rep. Joey understands the importance and the potential here in the Benton Harbor, St. Joe area to attract data centers. So we've been working exclusively with Joey to try and get the law changed, and we're making progress. And I'll just say this real quick. So all of the legislation we're working toward does not impact property taxes. Data centers will continue to pay property taxes. We're working on a sales tax exemption, and here's an important key. Just a few weeks ago, there was a data center project announced in New Carlisle near South Bend. That's $11 billion in new investment.
Huge.
If that investment took place in New Buffalo instead of New Carlisle, they would be paying $660 million in sales tax.
Wow. In
Indiana, they're paying zero. So when you talk about a 6% sales tax, when we pay it at McDonald's for a hamburger, we don't really see it. 6% on $11 billion is $660 million that they would pay in Michigan that they aren't paying in Indiana. So those are the we're trying to make it a little bit more competitive, and we're making progress. We think there's a lot of great opportunity, but we have some work to do.
Yeah, data centers are incredibly popular and always growing because every single person who's here at this Senior PGA Championship today, brought to you by KitchenAid, is using data.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to a data center somewhere.
We're pulling a lot of data right now just doing this broadcast.
It's going to the cloud.
Yeah.
One last question. Well, two more questions. Anything else that you want people to make sure that they know about Cornerstone and the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship?
I just hope people come out and enjoy the weekend and support and embrace the visitors who are here. Put a smile on your face and enjoy the weekend.
They're doing it up big. And the last question is, how many balls have you lost at Harbor Shores? Is it more than a dozen?
Have you had a hole in one?
No, never had a hole in one.
You've seen people do this.
I did right here on 17. Last year, I had a friend I was playing with who hit a hole in one.
Was it Dave?
It was not Dave.
Oh, okay.
I've seen Dave hit a lot of them into the woods, but when I
Dave
come,
Deutscher, president.
When I come to Harbor Shores, I always bring 12 balls because I plan on losing every one of them.
I just go to the driving range and just say, "Can I just take that whole little pyramid right there?"
That's great. Yeah. It's again great to see you guys. Great to be out here. And if you're a visitor here to, this weekend, remember to be generous when you tip people. So,
absolutely.
Good one. Good words.
So
Rob Cleveland, head of Cornerstone Alliance. Thanks.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Go Dolphins.
Go Dolphins.
All right.
Fins up.
Had to throw that out there. How are they going to fare this year?
Not good.
All right. We'll get to news, sports, and a whole lot more. Plus, your Bloomberg Market Minute is on the way next.
Loan rates are
That was
trending
awesome.
downward.
Thanks, boys.
Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis Bank's
They offered
expert
me the
hometown
610
lenders will
620
guide you
spots.
through the
I'm like,
process and take the time to make sure you're ready to become a homeowner. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, looking at a vacation house, or thinking of building, Sturgis Bank can meet your needs. Experience the Sturgis Bank difference. Highly personal service, long-time community support, and a desire to do right by the people we serve. Visit SturgisBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Johnny Reinhardt. Join me for Got Something to Say, sponsored by United Federal Credit Union. We get you. Weeknights and Sundays, highlighting the people and events making the news and making a difference in our community on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM. If you'd like to get your group or organization on the show, email letstalk@wsjm.com. Got Something to Say, weeknights at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday mornings too on 94.9 WSJM.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Sources tell Bloomberg News that the U.S. Justice Department will seek the breakup of Live Nation Ticketmaster in a lawsuit to be filed today in New York. A group of states is also part of the suit, alleging antitrust violations related to Ticketmaster's unrivaled control of concert ticket sales. Investors had set the bar high for NVIDIA's earnings, and the company delivered. The chip maker at the center of an AI boom posted quarterly results late yesterday that beat what Wall Street was expecting and issued guidance that topped predictions. Shares are jumping higher ahead of the opening bell. The company that owns Vans, Timberland, and the North Face posted a loss in the latest quarter. VF Corporation said it's still working to turn around its Vans business, where revenue dropped 26% from the year before, and that was the worst among VF brands. Futures are higher this morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Just about 7:30, and today we're dealing with.
Look, I'm shading the sun from your face right now.
Thank
Look
you
at
for that. Yeah, you walked away, and I was blinded. Sunny and high 78 today. We're looking at clear skies tonight and low down to 58. Lots to get you here this morning. We will have your chance on our live stream.
Yes.
To win some tickets to the Champions Club.
But you have to be on the video live stream, watching on Facebook or YouTube or X. And when what's essentially gonna happen is we're gonna ask a question, and we're gonna take all the right answers, and anyone who gives us a correct answer, we're gonna randomly pick one of the winners from that. And that'll be coming up here in the next, I'd say, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay. But you have to be on the video live stream to check it out.
Yeah, those people listening will have, you got to go over there because we're not telling you what we're even doing.
Yeah.
You got to go over there. So please do that. And you can see our bright, shining faces because that sun is a shining for sure. But right now, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local news stories we're following for you today. A new recall effort has been launched against two Benton Harbor City Commissioners. The Berrien County Clerk's Office tells us that Sherry Silgali of Benton Harbor has filed a petition language against Commissioners Ron Singleton and Dwayne Seats, saying they should be removed from office for voting in favor of the establishment of a social district in the city. Now, that vote came earlier this month. Seats and Singleton were not the only commissioners to vote in favor. However, they're the only ones that are on the recall. We'll tell you more about that coming up at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Also, there will be no U.S. Senate debate at the Mackinac Policy Conference next week involving the leading candidates seeking to replace retiring U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow. That's the word from the Detroit Regional Chamber CEO, Sandy Barra, who says the leading candidates, Mike Rogers and Alyssa Slotkin, both declined invitations to participate.
Oh, we'll take their tickets.
I know. I mean, we'll take their tickets, and we wouldn't debate.
No.
but we could at least
you
talk
and I
about.
will debate on what we should have for dinner. but
Oh,
that's
that'd be
about it.
good. Yeah, I like that a lot. But unfortunately, we'd like to see a debate.
I would love to see a debate.
Yeah, I mean, just get the policy questions out there and
Mhm.
tell us where you stand. Finally, Whirlpool Corporation and the PGA of America have announced continued support. We told you about this yesterday morning for 2 huge community scholarship programs. The announcement came yesterday that they've committed to contributing $150,000 to the Jack and Barbara Nicholas Champions for Change Scholarship Program through the year 2029. They're also going to give $10,000 to the First Tee Scholarship Program. More on that coming up at 8 o'clock as well. In the WSJM KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Gets longer and longer
as the day goes on and warm up.
We'll have Joshua Short who will join us. He's from WNDU. He had a busy day yesterday as he was hosting. We talked yesterday about the Beyond the Green
Yes.
and PGA Works and that
program. That whole program is about exploring careers, not
Right.
only those that are on the golf course, but beyond the golf course that are associated or affiliated.
Yeah, and there was an event yesterday. I saw some of the kids hanging out here getting ready for it, and they were excited about it. But Joshua had a chance to host that, so we'll get his perspective and his take on that. And so we'll talk to him in a little less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Plus, we'll have sports with Dave Wolf, news from ABC. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Michigan has a case of bird flu.
All right, folks.
Right.
On our live stream. Yep. Here we go. Daniel.
Here we go.
Daniel, did you get your tickets all worked out? Zach East joining us from
Hi.
I
thought that was Dave DiPaolo.
Zach East, Dave DiPaolo.
My eyes are blurry.
Everything in between. You ever, when you've been on the radio over the years, have you had a different name?
Never.
You've always been Ken Lundberg.
Always been Ken Lundberg.
Really?
Yep.
They didn't, because you've never been on a music station.
I came up through the
probably.
news piece, and even being on music stations, it was always for the news.
Yeah. So
Or
you
to
did
talk
the
about-
news on the music stations. Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
And they never made you change your name.
No.
Okay.
No, I asked them to. I said, can you change it to something, please? No, it's always been Ken. How many names do you? How many aliases do you have?
How
And
many
do you
aliases
have, and do you
I
have to report that on government forms?
No, I don't. But I've had many aliases. When I started on the rock station, I was Johnny Greaser.
Oh my gosh!
I've been John Boy Walker, and now I go by Johnny Walker. Oh, anytime I do work on the country stations, in any country station I've ever been on, not only here but also out east, and then I think I was I go by my regular name. This is Johnny Reinhardt is my real name.
Yeah.
But I go by that, and I did when I was on 98.3 The Coast, I went by my real name. But I think at one point I filled in on that station and I was Johnny Cruz.
Oh.
But not
Johnny Cruz.
C-R-U-I-S-E.
Oh, I was thinking
I was
C-R-U-Z.
C-R-U-Z.
Oh, you were C-R-U-Z.
I was C-R-U-Z.
Okay. Like Penelope.
Right.
Okay.
So I did that, but that was for like a 2 to 3 week span.
Always Johnny, never John, never with an H.
Never John. Yeah, never John, even though 2 or 3 people have said, "Oh, hey John, nice to meet you."
Good to see you again.
So, no, not John.
All right. So we should probably should we do our giveaway now? We're giving away.
Yeah, we give our question out. We can
Okay.
do that.
So we're giving away 2 tickets. We're going to give them out as a pair. So you and a friend can go to the Champions Club Suite here at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. These tickets are only good for today.
Yep.
But
So
they
you gotta
will
be able to be available today.
You must be available today. There's no swapsies, no tradesies, no anything else with them. And they get you into the Champions Club Suite, which if you've not experienced that in the past, I have not, but I am told you basically you're treated like royalty from the moment you go through the doors.
Yeah, I did that last year, or not last year, 2022. I had a chance to experience that, and that was pretty cool.
Okay.
Because you just walk up and they're like, "Oh, here's this buffet, beautiful display of a ton of delicious food. Oh, you want drinks? You want this?" And then 2, where it was I believe hole 9, and it was right on the green. I think it's then since moved to a different spot this year, but it was right on the green. So you literally were watching them make their putt.
Fantastic.
Into the,
do they also have monitors in there so you can watch the golf?
They've got
all over the
monitors.
course?
They've got people that are walking by with signs telling you to be quiet.
So you're right there in the action.
And it's covered. It's a great spot and a really awesome experience. So you will absolutely love it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask a question in just a moment, and what that question, once you answer that question correctly by putting it in the comments on where you're watching with your video live stream, we will then take all the correct answers and choose at random one of the people from that, and you'll be able to go to the Champions Club suite today. So you ready for the question?
I am ready for the question.
The question is, name the defending champion of the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. Name the defending champion of the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. Put the answer that you think it is in the comments of where you're watching the video live stream now, and we will choose a random correct answer to give those 2 tickets to.
The one who has in their possession the Alfred S. Bourne Championship trophy.
Alfred S. Bourne.
I don't know how that trophy works. I know I was actually watching.
Well, you put it on a shelf and you look at it. I mean, that's how it works.
Is that one of those that's much like the Stanley Cup, to where you don't get to keep it, you then have to pass it off?
Because I don't know if that's a rotating or traveling.
I think it is.
What is it again? The
Alfred S. Bourne trophy, because I believe it's one of the oldest trophies in not only golf but also in sports. Right. And I believe it's a traveling trophy that you just get your name.
Oh, that's right, because we've had it on display at the radio station from time to time.
Yep.
We've seen it at some of the events that have been leading up to this weekend's. Alfred Severin Bourne left his imprint on golf history behind the scenes. Let's see. Yeah, traveling trophy.
Cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
So leave the comment of that defending champion of the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, and then a little bit later on, towards the end of our live broadcast here on our live stream, we'll pick that person.
Yeah, and also they have warmed up the leaderboard, and they're already entering scores on it.
Wow.
We have 2 players who are currently 1 under par. That's James Kingston and Richard Green. A slew of folks who were at even, who are already out on the course because they teed off at 7:15.
Yeah, and some of the way they did the groupings here, because there's 156 golfers, half of them, I think half of the groups are starting at hole 1, the other half starting at hole 10. So then we will probably, in the matter of moments, see some of those players making their way to the tee that's right in front of us.
Oh,
so that
I should have brought my binoculars. Darn it! I'll bring them tomorrow.
You should have, because you saw a bird earlier.
Yeah, there's a blue heron that flew by. That was cool. Kind of to open up the teeing off.
We are keeping our eye on our live stream
How we doing?
As well, because we want to make sure that our special guest that we have joins us on that live stream, but just haven't seen him just yet. So,
well, he's in TV. They don't have any concept of time.
No, I told him what time. So hopefully he's able to join us. Hopefully he didn't have any technical difficulties. Oh, look at that. I see him. All right. So
he cannot win.
He's going to be here.
He can't win the contest that we're currently
running.
No,
he cannot.
Sorry about that.
Let's bring him in.
All right.
Let's bring him in. Joshua, hello.
Hey guys, see, y'all were scared. Y'all were scared I wouldn't show up.
I looked at the clock and it said 7:40. I was like, whoa.
We are trashing TV people saying you don't watch the clock like radio folks.
No, they watch the clock more than we do.
Thanks
for joining us. It's good to see you guys. Good morning.
It's good to see you.
So you had a chance. You were busy yesterday, and we're going to talk about your experience at the event that was actually right next door to where we're broadcasting from this morning, the Beyond the Green event. So that's going to be a fun little chat that we'll do here in just about a minute.
Yeah, so you're on with our video live stream folks right now, people who are watching, and actually a lot of them are trying to get tickets because we're giving 2 tickets away to the Champions Club suite They're good for today only. And if you haven't put your answer in yet, we're taking all the correct answers to who is the defending champion. Joshua, I'm sorry, you cannot enter this contest. Sorry about that. But who is the defending champion for the KitchenAid Senior PGA championship? And if you put the correct answer in, Johnny and I are going to pick a random person, and they're going to win tickets to that sweet experience.
So how are things, Joshua? What's
you know
new?
what? Things are great. It's so good to be with you guys this morning. Look, a little bit earlier than I'm used to. And I will tell you, I was used to this for a while. I used to do the morning show.
Right.
So I actually have to get up at 3 o'clock and things like that. But look, things are great. I can't complain. You guys are out there on a beautiful day in Southwest Michigan. I'm just glad to be with you guys, your viewers and your listeners as well.
Absolutely.
How did you get involved in the KitchenAid Senior PGA? They'll be on the green.
You know what? I'll step back a little bit. For those who don't know, I anchor the news at WNDU TV in South Bend. And one of the, for me, I think the biggest thing has always been being involved in the community. And so Stephanie and the rest of the team at PGA Works decided, you know what, we would like to tap you to be a speaker. And so for me, I'm always thinking, how can I influence and inspire some kids? It's always tough because I'm always going on YouTube after I'm asked to speak and say, okay, what's the first thing that'll keep kids from falling asleep? And usually after that, it becomes clockwork, because I looked at those kids yesterday when they got off that bus, and they looked just like me getting off that bus at that age of 17, 18, confused at this crossroads about what to do in their lives, what's next. And so from there, I was just glad to be a part of the event. I was asked to speak there, and I think we had a good time. I think I inspired a few kids there too.
That's awesome. Okay.
Stand by.
We're going to go over to the terrestrial.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
We are here at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship right here in the Pure Michigan Community Showcase tent, right next to the KitchenAid Fairway Club, and right on, what is that? It's T-Box 14.
Yep.
So we've got probably the most prime spot that you could have, and you'll be able to see us if you get here before we're wrapping up at 9 o'clock. We'd love to have you stop by.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have a special guest that's stopping by on our live stream, actually. Joshua Short from WNDU. Joshua, you were busy, and you were actually right here yesterday for a really cool event called Beyond the Green. And they actually had a cool activity and things like that. And you actually had an opportunity to host it. So thanks, Joshua, for being a part of this morning, bright and early. I know you've got some work to do later on in the day, but what was your experience like? You kind of talked a little bit on our live stream, but what was your firsthand experience of when the kids stopped by and they were a part of this event?
Well, first off, Jonny and Ken, it's good to be with you guys on the airwaves now, a different set of airwaves than I'm used to. So this is kind of cool. Look, I was really excited to be in Southwest Michigan. I don't get to go there too often, obviously, because my duty's at the desk at WNDU, but it is a place that holds a special, unique part of my heart. And it always has, even before I left, went to Denver and came back. And so when I had the opportunity, and I was reached out from folks at PGA Works to speak to some children, to speak to some teens who are at a crossroads right now at 17, 18 years old, juniors and seniors in high school, to just influence them and inspire them, I was really taken aback. I decided to look up a little bit about Beyond the Green. And what they do is something special. They use the game of golf to reach teens where they are and to say, hey, it's okay if you don't know what you're doing right now, but let us give you a look into the job exploration of how golf influences thousands of jobs. And it's an $84 billion industry. And so that was one of the things that I told them yesterday when I saw them right not too far from where you guys are sitting, and talked to them and said, look, you guys can tap into this money. You guys can be a part of the game of golf in a different way. I even asked them about Steph Curry. I know a lot of them watch basketball, and I said, do you guys know who Steph Curry is? And they said, yeah. I said, look, in his spare time, he's not dribbling a basketball, he's playing golf. And there are so many ways to be involved in golf. And so to talk to them was amazing. To have so many guest speakers there as well, it was amazing. They were able to take some tours of different facilities, including Whirlpool. Guys, they got to see a dishwasher through, like, I've never seen a dishwasher work ever before. They got to see that. I'm like, what? It's pretty cool. So they had quite the experience.
Yeah, I mean, and it's behind the scenes. It's beyond the green and behind the scenes to understand that there's a lot of opportunity out there. Like you said, that there are so many resources and so many things happening that as long as they have that initial awareness of what it is that might intrigue them as far as a career path or a career journey, that then opens their eyes to, okay, that's what I want. How do I get there?
Yeah, and that was the one thing I wanted them to know is, and we talked for about 15 minutes. It was kind of a fireside chat with no fire.
Sure.
It was talking with those kids and letting them know, like, hey, I look just like you guys did less than 15 years ago, right? I said 10 years ago, I was 19 years old, and I barely had a grasp of what I wanted to do. I was just into college, didn't know if I wanted to be a journalist. I didn't know if I wanted to be a sports commentator. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But it's okay to not know. But to say I have the ability to do whatever I want, that is the key to success, at least one of the keys that I tapped into at a young age. And I tried to push that onto them because nobody told me that. I had to learn that right through doing. And so that was one of the things I said throughout the day. Make sure that you meet people. Network is a word that you're going to hear a lot. I asked them, I said, look, raise your hand if you can. There were about, I want to say 35 to 45 students there where I was. And I said, raise your hand if you don't know what college you're going to go to next year. And I got about 8 hands up. And I said, that is okay. I said, there's a chance that out of the 8 of you guys, half of you may not go to college. There's nothing wrong with that. So long as you know that you have an ability to do something, that you have a creative itch somewhere. This is what we're trying to do to help you tap into that. And I think that I think they understood it. I think that resonated well.
Yeah, you have that, and having those experiences, I think, are important of an event or a thing or going to visit. I'm sure you, when you were a young age, you went to maybe visit a TV station and experience what that's like, that sort of behind the scenes of what's going on. And you probably had, much like a lot of these kids probably had those aha moments of, I think I want to do this. But if not having those experiences at all, you may not know.
It's so true. It's funny because I don't know if you know this story, but the way I got into journalism was literally an aha moment. So my brother played, by the way, guys, I have a twin brother who's 6'6" and tatted up and 2'4", totally opposite than I am. He got
more height than you?
He's huge. He's like Sears Tower, and I'm like the bank building downtown South Bend. It's crazy the difference. But no, between us, it's so funny because my aha moment was my junior year in high school. Had an opportunity to go overseas to Doha, Qatar, and it was because of the language that we learned in high school at the time was Arabic. And so this was kind of one of those, hey, for a week and a half, get to go and apply the language that you've learned type thing, right? And so I went over to Doha, and I went to Al Jazeera. And Al Jazeera newsroom was the first newsroom I've ever stepped foot in outside of a couple newsrooms in Chicago through some friends that I had. And that was the aha moment for me. It was like, oh my goodness, I may want to do this. I can talk about other people's stories because unlike my brother, I'm not good at sports. So maybe I can talk about people who play sports, right? And that's how it started for me. But it didn't really start once or until I tapped into it, until I saw with my own eyes, until I had the belief I said, I can do this too. And that's why I wanted them to know, like, look, you may not have golfed, you may not have held a golf ball ever in your life, but this is the moment where you're doing it now. And this could actually spark something. Do not shy away from that. Tap into it. And I think that's what a lot of those kids realize. They have the potential. It's all about potential. I say potential and kinetic energy. And I think they have potential and kinetic energy yesterday. And I'm excited about what those kids are going to do in the future. And PGA Works and Beyond the Green help to expose that.
Yeah, Beyond the Green. Thanks for taking part in that great program. It's part of the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, but part of PGA of America as well, just helping people understand, young people understand what their potential future might be. One last question before we let you go, Joshua. You said to connect with the kids, you went to YouTube and found out how to keep them from falling asleep, I think, right?
I did.
Did it work? Any tips or tricks?
I did. I like to pull this. I went deep into my bag. This is one of the ones I didn't know if I wanted to do, but I decided to do it. So long story short, I went viral back in 2017. It was on a Black Friday where I was in front of an empty mall.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, man alive. I've never, the term is anticipation. That's what I felt in that moment. And so I use that, though, to reach them because I know everything is here, right? For the streamers who are watching, everything is on your phone. And so I said, you know what, let me try to reach them this way. And look, I asked them right after I showed the video, I said, what do you think happened after this video? And 3 kids said, you went viral. I said, yeah, but let me explain to you why that could be a good and a bad thing. and why you can use this as inspiration and influence, but also know that it is good to be adaptable in certain situations. And so they saw me scream for about a minute and a half in that video. They laughed. It was a good time.
Yeah, because that
awesome.
then
Thank you.
probably opened that door for opportunity. But even in that moment, it could have gone the opposite way. You could have got yelled at and reprimanded for doing what you did. So
Jonny and Ken, let me tell you something. I didn't know if I was going to get fired the next day or promoted. Luckily for me, I ended up getting promoted. But it's so. I have a quick story if I can, if you guys don't mind. I remember this thing is going viral at the time, and I didn't expect that, right? And so I would start showing up at different crime scenes, and I won't say any specific police department or names, but I remember showing up at one crime scene. Luckily, no one died in this situation, but I was there. And to show you the grasp of that moment, I remember asking an officer, I said, hey, can you tell me what happened? You know, am I allowed to step in further, even though there's crime tape? And they said to me, sorry, Josh, I can't allow that to happen. By the way, that mall live shot was hilarious. It was like that. It was like that everywhere I went for about 6 months. So it was pretty unique.
That's great. Joshua Short.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, WNDU. Appreciate your time today and all your contributions for Beyond the Green and elsewhere.
Thank you, guys. Jonny and Ken, what you do is great. I appreciate both of you.
Thank you.
Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll have your Moody on the Market update. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Marvin.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joshua.
You guys are awesome. I appreciate this. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Absolutely.
You bet. Take care.
Have a good one.
Okay. Take care.
All right. How we doing on the tickets, on the quiz? We have some answers
We are
in there?
getting some answers rolling in. So
are they the right answers?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We gave you time to Google it if you didn't know.
Right.
So we will have to pick a winner. We'll do that
probably in the next 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
We'll have your Moody on the Market update coming up here in about 1.5 minutes.
Can we do it in 90 seconds instead?
No. This guy. You know, I actually had to boot somebody out of the building the other day.
What building?
The radio station.
Oh no, what happened?
Because he said, listen to you guys every day. Every morning. And he said, yeah, I think the show's great. He said, I think Ken's the funny one. And I said, you get out of here. He was lying, of course.
Ken's the funny one. Was that the former Whirlpool guy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice guy. I like him.
Blaine.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I think it's
he listens every morning.
You guys used to work in the same company. That's probably why.
That's good stuff.
I like the guy until he said that. And I was like, you get out of here, sir.
Did he say, John, I listen to the morning show every day.
He did not call me John. Nobody calls me John.
It's Johnny. And there's no H.
Johnny, no H.
Johnny,
no
no
H. Full
H.
name is Jonathan. If you call me Jonathan, I probably did something wrong.
Uh-oh.
Right,
like left your key in the golf cart.
Here we go. All right. Here we are.
Here we go.
We are at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. We're having a great time.
I am not going to yell for this morning because there are golfers on the course and they are playing for the championship.
Right.
Yeah, they teed off at 7:15 this morning.
We've got your Moody on the Market update now. It's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And I know we've been talking about a lot of things golf related because of the KitchenAid Senior PGA, and we're going to talk a little bit more about one of the ancillary things that's happening, which is the food stuff. A lot of culinary delights happening here being prepared, and I'm going to go sniff around here as soon as we get off the break. But
they promised us eggs.
They did promise us some eggs in purgatory.
Yes,
is that right?
That's what he called it.
Okay. But as the KitchenAid Senior PGA Golf Championship returns to Benton Harbor, so does the community impact that happens beyond the green. Celebrity chefs Chris Cavelli, who we had on the airwaves this morning, as well as Brent Wagner, who was standing by as well. They were at the Benton Harbor High School yesterday to share their culinary experience with students. Actually, on Tuesday, the chefs spent the day teaching various cooking techniques and sharing their experiences in the culinary industry.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful time for them as I pull up that story. So sorry, I was looking at a bunch of stuff.
No, that's all right. Chef Cavelli,
Chef
a
Cavelli.
featured chef on Food Network with shows he told us about this morning, Alex versus America. He was on that last year. He was also on Beat Bobby Flay, which I got to ask him about Bobby Flay because I've heard differing.
People don't like him, right?
Some people don't like him.
Alex, though,
I want to like him.
Alex,
I love Alex.
Alex Scarnascelli, she's actually going to be here right next door at 1:00. So I want to hear more. We kind of heard Chris's take, but I want to hear hers on what that experience of working together was like.
Okay. But you can read more about that article, what the chefs were doing here. Also mentioned in the article, Stephanie Harvey Vandenberg. She's the Community Relations and Foundations Manager at Whirlpool Corporation.
Saw her yesterday.
And the lead coordinator of the Beyond the Green events. So read that full article. It's by our special Moody on the Market contributor, Nick Gunn. And it's a great piece. Check it out. It's at moodyonthemarket.com.
And your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. And the birds are chirping here this morning.
Chirp.
You still got a couple.
Do they have any birdies? They did have somebody who was one under on the leaderboard.
Oh, really? So there probably was a birdie.
Yeah.
So we've got our live stream, which is going on right now. You still got a couple minutes to head on over there to possibly win tickets to the Champions Club. You got to be available today.
Yes.
Today. And you have to go to our live stream. So please do that.
Oh, look at that. James Kingston is now 2 under.
Oh.
Yeah, so 2 birdies so far for him. Right. Chad Kermel is 1 under on the leaderboard, as well as Simon Kahn, Brian Gay.
Have we seen anybody come to the tee box yet?
I've not.
Oh,
are they just coming up? Oh, they are just coming up. We now have golfers coming up to the 14th tee box. 14. If they're watching the live stream now, just pause it for a moment. While you tee off.
The caddy is walking up with the bag of clubs.
Oh, goodness gracious. They let us out of the box, and this is what you get.
I'm not sure. What is the distance here for hole 14?
I'll have to get a scorecard to find out because I don't know. Here, let's look at it.
We'll check it out, but we'll do that. But we got a lot of other things to get to: news, sports, and a whole lot more coming up here next. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM. Rich Brand and Tara Halsey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners insurance. All right.
Hole 14 is a nice, if you're playing from the championship tees, 423 yards.
Ooh.
Yes.
What would you use?
It's a par 4.
Which club would you use?
I would use a driver off the at the tee box there. And let's see.
That's a haul, man.
That's hole 1. I looked at hole 1.
So
why doesn't it give me hole 14? I want a 14. Okay, here it is. It's also a par 4.
Par 4.
450 yards from the black tees.
Man.
Yeah. With the wind likely at your back, the longest par 4 on the course.
450 yards, and it's a par 4. How many shots do you think it would take you to get in the hole?
I would say for me, typically that would be a 6.
Oh,
yeah. I would do a double bogey on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me?
Although I have parred a hole on Harbor Shores before.
Harbor Shores before.
And that made me be extremely happy as somebody who typically, fights for every par.
Yeah, some people have had hole-in-ones, and that's on what is that? Which hole is that?
Usually
it's one of the shorter ones.
Yeah, it's usually a par 3. You're not going to see it anywhere else.
But yeah, I've heard many people get that. I actually it rolled on. I think the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship folks shared the video once again of when Jack Nicklaus had the iconic putt, 120 some odd feet.
Was it that far?
It was over.
Wow.
It was a very long.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Putt. And he just my favorite part about that is just how, I mean, of course the guy designed the course, so he knows it really well. But the way he just said, "You're gonna make that putt," and he just drops the ball, he just doesn't even really set himself up. He just whacks it like you would at a mini golf place.
Yeah.
And it just goes up the hill, down the hill, right in the cup.
Yeah. All right. I think we cut it off. I think we pick our winner if you're ready. You want to do it? You have the honors.
Oh, you want me to pick the person?
Unless we're going to put them in a hat. You want to do that? It's up to you.
No, I'll let you pick the person because I'm gonna keep track of time here.
Okay, so let's go.
Again, you have to be available today, and we're gonna do is we're gonna reach out and get your email as well so that we can get you all set up. But we're gonna get back on the air. Hold that thought as we get back on the air here real quick.
All right. Holding.
On us. It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Just past 8. It's Thursday, and today is going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Sunny and a high of 78. Clear skies tonight, low down to 58. And Friday, if you're looking ahead to that, small chance for some rain and some storms with a high of 80. So if you're
it's gonna be a beautiful day.
If you're hanging out on our live stream, we're still over there, but we cut off the contest for those Champion Club tickets. So we will be picking a winner here in just a moment. But we've got still a lot to get to here yet. Do you want to announce who the winner is on this thing? I mean, not really, probably, because those people can't win. So
I want to go back and make sure that we've seen all the comments from the different social medias. So that will take me a few minutes. To grab the others.
We will do that. We'll announce those
we'll
winners.
reach out to that winner.
Absolutely. We'll also plan our weekend with St. Joe today here in the next 10 minutes as well with sports, 2 with Dave Wolf. But right now, let's find out what's happening in the news. WSJM News brought to you by our friends at McGee's Heating and Air, a trusted carrier dealer. Feel at ease with McGee's.
All right. For those of you listening on the live stream, hang on just a second. We're going to confer confidentially for just a moment. Ready?
Yes, we can. All right, folks. Here on the 14th Tee box. Hey, it's Pat Moody's wife.
Where?
Carol Moody.
Where?
Carol Moody, right over there. Right over there.
Oh, there.
Hey.
Hey, Carol. All right. Okay. So we are going to reach out. You ready? The winner
I am ready.
The winner of the Champions Club Suite 2 tickets that are to be used today is none other than Norman. Norman has won. Yes, that was our congratulations, Norman. And we're going to find out a way. Oh, the golf. It's got a little lower. Okay, quiet down. Quiet down. So, Norman, we're going to reach out to you, and we'll hook you up on how we get those 2 tickets to you. Congratulations, and thank you to everyone who tried to win. Yeah, and everyone who's watching the live stream.
And good luck to Steve Stricker and see if he will be able to repeat.
Yes.
I saw something yesterday that he had pictures with his daughters, and it looked like one of his daughters, I don't know if she's doing that this year or not, but one of his daughters was the caddy, his caddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that'd be great.
I mean, would it though? Because if you, as the caddy, make a bad choice as far as what decision, what club,
you're the player, you own it.
Okay,
that's how I'm thinking about it. And I mean, you could also teach some valuable lessons to your young ones as well. It's like I like what you're saying there. However, I'm not going to use a pitching wedge off of the tee.
Right. That's a great choice, but I'm going to go with this instead.
Yeah. Unless it's a par 3, no pitching wedge.
Thanks again to everybody that was hanging out on our live stream here. But we're going to wrap things up. You have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you. See ya.